Here's a hard truth. Your identity and access management strategy is probably already broken, and if it's not broken today, it will be by 2026. I'm not talking about a minor security gap or a compliance checkbox you missed. I'm talking about a fundamental mismatch between how your organization manages identity and what the modern threat landscape actually demands. Let's start with where most companies are right now. You've got Active Directory managing on-premise identities. Maybe you've added Azure AD or Okta for cloud apps. There's probably a privileged access management tool somewhere in the mix. And if you're in a regulated industry, you've layered on some identity governance for compliance reporting. On paper, it looks complete. But here's the problem. These systems don't actually talk to each other in any meaningful way. Traditional IAM was built for a world that no longer exists. It assumes clear network perimeters. It assumes users work from corporate devices on corporate networks. It assumes applications live in data centers you control. Every single one of those assumptions is now false. Your users are everywhere. Your applications are scattered across multiple clouds. Your data flows through systems you don't even know about. And your IAM strategy, it's still pretending it's 2015. The cost of this disconnect isn't theoretical. 84% of organizations experienced an identity-related breach in the past year. The average cost? $4.45 million per incident. But the real cost isn't just the breach itself. It's the productivity loss from over-restrictive access controls. It's the compliance failures from inadequate audit trails. It's the shadow IT that springs up because your official IAM is too slow and too rigid. So what's changing in 2026? Three massive shifts are converging. First, regulatory requirements are getting dramatically more specific about identity controls. The SEC's cyber rules, NIS2 in Europe, and updated frameworks from NIST all explicitly require identity-centric security. Second, AI is both a threat and an opportunity. Attackers are using AI to crack passwords and bypass MFA at scale, but defenders can use AI to detect anomalous access patterns in real time. Third, the workforce model has permanently changed. Hybrid work isn't temporary. Contractor and partner access isn't edge case. Your IAM needs to handle this as the default, not the exception. What does 2026 demand instead? 4 non-negotiable requirements. First, continuous verification, not just authentication at login, but continuous validation of identity, device, location, and behavior throughout the session. Second, unified identity fabric. One source of truth for identity across all systems, all clouds, all applications. No more identity silos. Third, intelligent access decisions. Context-aware policies that consider risk in real time, not static rules written months ago. And fourth, zero standing privileges. Just-in-time access that's granted for specific tasks and automatically revoked when complete. Let's talk about what modern IAM actually looks like in practice. It starts with identity as the new perimeter. Every access decision is based on verified identity, not network location. It uses passwordless authentication as the default, not the exception. Biometrics, hardware tokens, and cryptographic keys replace passwords wherever possible. It implements attribute-based access control, where permissions are determined by dynamic attributes like role, clearance, project, and current risk score, not static group memberships. How do you actually get there? Start with an identity audit. Map every identity in your environment, human and non-human. Service accounts, API keys, bot accounts, they all need to be inventoried and governed. Then implement phased MFA rollout. Start with privileged accounts and high-risk applications, then expand. Next, deploy behavioral analytics. Establish baselines for normal access patterns, then alert on deviations, and critically automate access reviews. Manual quarterly reviews don't work. You need continuous automated certification of who has access to what. The organizations getting this right are seeing real results. 63% reduction in time to detect compromised credentials. 47% faster incident response when breaches do occur. 38% reduction in help desk tickets related to access issues. And perhaps most importantly, they're passing audits without the usual scramble. Their access certifications are continuous and automated. Their audit trails are complete and tamper-proof. Here's the bottom line. Your IAM strategy isn't just a security issue or a compliance issue. It's a business enabler or a business blocker. The organizations that get identity right will move faster, innovate more freely, and respond to threats more effectively. The ones that don't will spend 2026 explaining breaches, failing audits, and watching competitors pull ahead. The question isn't whether you need to fix your IAM strategy. The question is whether you'll do it proactively or after the next breach forces your hand. Choose wisely.